everyone. Today we are going to start with the new concept from the same topic, that is the reproduction in a lower and higher plant, that is pollination, types of pollinations and agents involved in the pollination mechanism, and again the part in the pollination, that is the outbreeding devices. Before start the lecture, let us come take the short review of our previous lecture, because that previous knowledge, it is also essential to understand this point, that is the pollination, its various types, agencies and the outbreeding devices. In previous lectures we come across with the structure of anther, development of male gametophyte, where the most important part that we are most taken into consideration, that is the formation of two non-motile male gamete. It is the result of male gametophyte development. Then in next part we discussed about the structure of anatropous ovule, then the development of 7-celled 8 nucleated monosporic endosporic polygonum type of embryo sac, or the female gametophyte. So these two aspects are very much significant to know the process of pollination, because in the process of pollination, if we are taken into consideration the definition, here the two parts are involved, that is the pollen grain and stigma. We know that pollen grain, it is the male, and stigma, it is the female reproductive structure. So the relation between these male and female, that is the transfer of these pollen grains from anther to the stigma, it is called as the pollination. Then question comes, why there is a necessity of pollination in the angiospermic plant? Because we know that the two non-motile male gametes which are formed at the time of male gametophyte development, they are a non-motile. Therefore, to transfer these non-motile male gametes, the mechanism of pollination, it is essential to facilitate the further process, that is the fusion of pollen grains, that is the male gametophyte, with the stigma, that is the female gametophyte, which leads to the fertilization process. It is most important feature in case of angiospermic plant. Therefore, the pollination, it is the mechanism where the transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma takes place, and this mechanism, it requires the various types of the agencies which are either living or non-living, that we are going to discuss in next part. Before that, come towards the types of pollination. The pollination, it is broadly having two types, that is the self pollination and second one, that is the cross pollination. What is the self pollination? The pollination in which takes place in single flower or two flowers, but the condition is single plant, एकच plant पाहिजे. In a self pollination, here the pollination, that is the transfer of anther, the transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma, takes place in a single flower or two flowers, but it is from single plant. So what happens in self pollination? Majoritarily self pollination takes place where the both male and female reproductive structures, they are present on the single plant. That means the flower is bisexual. And when the such type of pollination, that is the transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma on same plant, which leads to the inbreeding or selfing mechanism. Inbreeding depression, that means that plant, it produces generations and generations, but there is no any kind of genetic variations in these generations takes place, that is called as the inbreeding depression. Then come towards the second part, second type, that is the cross pollination. Here the transfer of pollen grains from anther of one flower to the stigma of another flower. There is no any condition. एकाच प्रकाराचा प्लांट पाहिजे असं काही नाही. हिअर द ट्रान्सफर ऑफ पोलन ग्रेन्स फ्रॉम अँथर ऑफ वन फ्लावर, एका फ्लावरच्या अँथर पासून दुसऱ्या फ्लावरच्या स्टिग्मा पर्यंत पोलन ग्रेन ट्रान्सफर होण्याची जी प्रोसेस आहे त्याला आपण क्रॉस पॉलिनेशन बोलतो. हिअर द ट्रान्सफर ऑफ पोलन ग्रेन्स फ्रॉम अँथर ऑफ वन फ्लावर टू द स्टिग्मा ऑफ अनदर फ्लावर ऑफ डिफरंट प्लांट ऑन द same species. It is called as the cross pollination. Then come towards the next part, that is the sources of pollination, on which the pollination, it is mechanism of pollination is classified. On the basis of sources of pollination, the pollination it is further divided into three types. आता यामध्ये पहिला आहे ॲटोगॅमी, दुसरा आहे गायटोनोगॅमी आणि तिसरा आहे झिनोगॅमी. ॲटोगॅमी, गायटोनोगॅमी and xenogamy, these are the three types of pollination on the basis of source of pollination. Let us come to know the first, that is the ॲटोगॅमी, which is also called as the self pollination. What happens in ॲटोगॅमी? In case of ॲटोगॅमी, the pollination, that is the transfer of pollen grains to the stigma, it takes place in a bisexual flower. Bi means two. Here both the sex organs are present on the same plant. Pollination in which bisexual flower is pollinated by its own pollen grains, and the offsprings as a result of this pollination which develops, these offsprings are genetically identical to that of parents. For example of ॲटोगॅमी, it is the pea plant. pea plant मध्ये आपल्याला ॲटोगॅमी दिसून येतं आणि यामध्ये आपल्याला ह्या ॲटोगॅमी मध्ये आणखी एक महत्त्वाचा पॉइंट डिस्कस करायचा आहे, that is the structural adaptations in ॲटोगॅमी. There are several structural adaptations in ॲटोगॅमी. Number one, that is the chasmogamous flower or chasmogamy. What happens in chasmogamy? Here in case of chasmogamy, that is the first structural adaptation in case of ॲटोगॅमी. Here the flowers opens to expose its sex organs. Sex organs means androecium and gynoecium, male and female. Here that flowers opens to expose these sex organs, and this condition it is called as the chasmogamous condition. Then second, that is the homogamy. What happen in second structural adaptation in ॲटोगॅमी? That is the homogamy. Here in homogamy, that anther and stigma, that is the male and female part of the flower, it mature at same time. एकाच वेळेस हे मॅच्युअर होतात. anther and stigma in the flower, it matures at the same time. It is called as the homogamy. Then next, that is the third structural adaptation, that is the cleistogamy. In case of cleistogamy, some flowers are self-pollinated. Some flowers are self-pollinated before the opening of flower. And such condition is called as the cleistogamy. The word cleistos means closed, that is before the opening of flower. In some flowers self-pollination takes place. It is called as the cleistogamy. And this mechanism of cleistogamy, it takes place in case of underground flowers. And the example, that is the Commelina bengalensis, and the certain like plants like the viola, again the Commelina, it can produce both chasmogamous and cleistogamous flowers on the same plant. So it is about the first type of pollination on the basis of source of pollination, that is the attogamy. Then come towards the second, that is the gaitonogamy. What is the definition of gaitonogamy? The word gaiton means neighbor. ज्याला आपण शेजारी बोलतो. Gaiton means neighbor and gamy or gamous means marriage. That is the fusion of male and female parts. In case of gaitonogamy definition, here the transfer of pollen grains to the stigma of different flower produced on the same plant. Transfer of pollen grain to the stigma of different flower produced on the same plant. It is called as the gaitonogamy. What happens in gaitonogamy? This process of or the type of gaitonogamy here, the functionally it is the process which is functionally similar to the cross pollination, as this gaitonogamy it involves the different types of the pollinating agents, but as it is involving any kind of the pollinating agents, but it cannot brings the genetic variations, but the gaitonogamy it has the ecological significance. For example, Cucurbita maxima, it is similar to attogamy as pollen grains come from the same plant. It is about the second type, that is the gaitonogamy. Then the third one, that is the xenogamy, which is also called as the cross pollination or outbreeding. Xenogamy, cross pollination or outbreeding. What happens in xenogamy or cross pollination or outbreeding? Here, this xenogamy it is the type of cross pollination. It is the type of cross pollination where the pollen grains of one flower deposited on the stigma of flower of different plant belonging to the same species by the help of pollinating agents. And this process of xenogamy, where the transfer of pollen grains from one flower to the stigma of flower of different plant belonging to the same species by using the pollinating agents, and it has ability to generate the genetically varied offsprings. And this process of xenogamy, the particular xenogamy process, it is the most economic important mechanism, as it develops the variety of plants which are having the enrichment in case of food category, in case of fiber crops. And this process of xenogamy it involves the various types of agents to transfer the pollen grains from one side of the plant to the stigmatic surface of the plant. So these are various types of the pollinations on the basis of source of pollination. Number one, attogamy. Number second, gaitonogamy. And number third, that is the xenogamy. Then let us come to know what are the agents involved in the process of pollination. Agents in pollination. There are two categories in agents of pollination. Number one, abiotic agents, and number second, biotic agents. The abiotic means non-living and biotic means living agents. For example, in abiotic agents, wind and water is there, and in case of biotic agents, birds are there, insect and snails are there. Let us come to know first one, abiotic agents. These are the non-living agents which includes wind and water. Then come towards the type of pollination on the basis of the agents involved. In that, number one, pollination by wind, which is called as the anemophily. What is the definition of anemophily? Here in anemophily, the transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma by the wind is called as the anemophily. Here, the agent which is involved in the pollination, it is called as the wind. Here, the transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma by wind is called as the anemophily. This type of pollination, that is the anemophily, it is the most primitive type of pollination, and the examples of the plants which shows the anemophily type of pollination is wheat, rice, corn, rye, barley and oats. And these plants are called as the anemophilous plants. What is anemophily? The type of pollination where the transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma by wind is called anemophily, and the plants which shows this type of pollination, it is called as the anemophilous plants. In case of palms, are also wind pollinated. Then let us know about the various kinds of the adaptations in these anemophilous flowers. Here the diagram which is given, it is of maize. In case of maize, how the wind facilitates the transfer of these pollen grains which are produced in these male inflorescence, and here there is a female inflorescence, and these pollen grains from male inflorescence they deposited on these female part, that is the style, बाय दी मेकॅनिझम ऑफ विंड. वाऱ्याच्या मदतीने ह्या मेल मधून मेल इन्फ्लोरेसन्स मधून हे पोलन ग्रेन जे आहेत त्या फिमेल इन्फ्लोरेसन्स वरती डिपॉझिट होतात, आणि याचं एक्झाम्पल आपल्याला स्टडी करायचं आहे मेज. आता या ठिकाणी ह्या मेज प्लांट मध्ये त्याने असे कोणते बदल करून घेतलेले आहेत की जो एनिमोफिली टाइप ऑफ पॉलिनेशन फॅसिलिटेट करू शकतो, दॅट वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस. आता या ठिकाणी आपल्याला जे काही बायोटिक एजंट पाहायचे आहेत, जे काही अबायोटिक एजंट्स पाहायचे आहेत, यामध्ये आपल्याला क्वेश्चन कसा विचारला जाऊ शकतो, व्हॉट इज एनिमोफिली, डिस्क्राइब दी व्हेरियस अडॅप्टेशन्स इन एनिमोफिली. आपल्याला हे सर्व अडॅप्टेशन जे आहेत हे अडॅप्टेशन्स त्या ठिकाणी मेन्शन करावे लागतील. दी अडॅप्टेशन्स इन एनिमोफिलस फ्लावर्स आर, दी फ्लावर्स आर स्मॉल इन साइज, inconspicuous, colorless, without nectar and fragrance, that is the odor. Then about the pollen grains, as they are transferred with the help of wind, they are light in weight, dry and produced in a large number to increase the chances of pollination and to avoid the wastage of pollen grains. It is about the pollen grain. Then the stigmas is feathery to trap the pollen grains carried by the winds. पोलन ग्रेन्स जे काही आपल्याला वाऱ्याच्या मदतीने ट्रान्सफर होणार आहेत ते इझिली ट्रॅप करण्यासाठी स्टिग्मा फिदरी आहे. देन स्टॅमेन्स आर एक्झर्टेड विथ लॉंग फिलामेंट अँड वर्साटाइल एंथर. The stamens and stigmas are exposed to air currents. These are the various adaptations in anemophilous flower. Then second, that is the pollination by water, that is the hydrophily. Here the agent is different. Instead of wind there is water. The definition, the transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma by water, पाण्याच्या मदतीने, is called hydrophily. In case of plants, there are only 30 genera of aquatic monocots as they pollinate with the help of water. For example, Vallisneria, Zostera, Ceratophyllum, etc. These are the examples of hydrophilous plants. Then come towards the adaptations. Flowers are small in size, inconspicuous, perianth and other floral parts are unwettable. Pollen grains are long and unwettable due to the presence of mucilage. Nectar and fragrance are lacking in flowers. These are the certain adaptations in hydrophilous flower. This hydrophily, again it is of two types. One, that is the hypohydrophily, and second one, that is the epihydrophily. Hypo means below and epi means above. The pollination which takes place with the help of water, which takes place below the water, that is hypohydrophily, and above the water, that is the epihydrophily. Let us come to know first one, that is the hypohydrophily. For example, this hypohydrophily, it carried out in the plant, that is the seagrass, here that is the Zostera. The pollination occurs below the water surface, पाण्याच्या खाली. It is called as the hypohydrophily. And the nature of pollen grain, as the pollination takes place below the water, the pollen grains are heavier than water. पाण्यापेक्षा कसे आहेत ते heavier. Therefore, they sink down and caught by stigmas of the female flowers. For example, in Zostera, that is the seagrass, the pollen grains are long, ribbon-like, without exine. So, hypohydrophily, it takes place below the water. Then come towards the second type of hydrophily, that is the epihydrophily. Here the example is Vallisneria, which is submerged dioecious freshwater aquatic plant. Here in epihydrophily, the pollen grains float on the water surface. पाण्याच्या वर pollen grain float होतात and reach the stigma of female flower. आता या ठिकाणी आपल्याला हा जो काही व्हॅलेस्नेरियाचा प्लांट दिसतो, यामध्ये आपल्याला मेल फ्लावर पण दिसतात त्या बाजूला आणि इथे फिमेल फ्लावर्स देखील दिसतात. फिमेल फ्लावर जे आहेत हे काय आहेत, ह्या वॉटर बॉडीच्या वरती अबोव दी वॉटर बॉडी या ठिकाणी काय होत आहेत, फ्लोट होत आहेत. आणि ह्या मेल फ्लावर मधून आपल्याला जे काही पोलन ग्रेन बाहेर पडणार आहेत, when that male flower, when these pollen grains which are lighter in weight than the water, it has specific gravity of pollen grain, it is equal to that of water. आता इथे सगळ्यात महत्वाचा मेकॅनिझम काय आहे तो ध्यानात घ्या. जी स्पेसिफिक ग्रॅव्हिटी आहे pollen grain ची, it is equal to that of water. Therefore, that pollen grain, they easily float on the water surface. And here, when these pollen grains comes in contact with these female flower on the water surface, then there is pollination takes place. In case of aquatic plants, some aquatic plants like the Vallisneria, they shows this epihydrophily type of pollination. There are other modes of pollination also found in aquatic plants like the Anemophilus. For example, type of pollination takes place with the help of wind in case of Potamogeton and Holagris. Again, there is also the type of pollination by the insects. It is called as the Entomophilus in case of lotus, water hyacinth and water lily. So the hydrophily, it is the type of pollination which takes place with the help of water. So wind and water, these are the two abiotic agents in pollination. The type of pollination which takes place with the help of wind, it is called as the Anemophilus, and the type of pollination which takes place with the help of water, it is called as the hydrophilus. And hydrophily, it is of two types, epihydrophily and hypohydrophily. Then come towards the biotic agents. The biotic agents includes the living agents. There are about 80% of plants, they require the help of other living or moving creatures to transfer the pollen grains. For example, insects are there, birds are there, bats, snails. These all the living agents, they transfer the pollen grains from one flower to another flower. And by the mechanism of pollination, with the help of these living agents or the biotic agents, they also sustain our ecosystem and produce natural resources by helping plants to reproduce. Then let us come to know the first biotic agent, that is the pollination takes place by the insects. It is called as the entomophily. Here the transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma by insect is called entomophily, and the plant it is called as the entomophilous plant. For example, rose, jasmine, cestrum, these are the plants which shows the entomophilous type of pollination. Then come towards the adaptations of entomophilous flower. Here the flower it is having certain adaptations like flower is large, showy, and often brightly colored. It produces sweet odor, that is the smell, and have nectar glands. And due to this sweet odor and nectar, presence of nectar, that insect attract towards the flower. Also, these flowers they are having bright color and showy nature. Then come towards the stigma. Stigma is rough due to presence of hair or is sticky due to the mucilaginous secretion. Then pollen grains are spiny and surrounded by yellow sticky substance. It is called as the pollen kit. Some plants in entomophilous flowers they possess a special type of adaptations for the insect visitors to help the cross pollination, and it is called as the lever mechanism or turnpipe mechanism, which is found in salvia. Here it is flower of salvia and it is the honeybee which visited to the flower, and this salvia flower it bears the fertile lobe of anther on the upper side and the sterile lobe of anther at the lower side. When this honeybee it lands in the salvia flower, then automatically by the weight of honeybee, that sterile lobe of anther it bends down. At the same time, automatically that fertile lobe of anther bends, and that anther lobe it comes in the contact of back side of this honeybee, which takes the pollen grains from that fertile lobe of anther. When again that honeybee visited to variety of salvia flowers, then from this back of the honeybee it transfers these fertile anthers, and pollination is facilitated with the help of this insect, that is the honeybee. And this special type of mechanism found in the salvia it is called as the lever mechanism or turnpipe mechanism. आता यामध्ये आपल्याला एक स्पेशल क्वेश्चन वेगळा जो आहे तो विचारला जाऊ शकतो एंटेमोफिली टाइप ऑफ पॉलिनेशन मध्ये. डिफाइन द लीव्हर मेकॅनिझम और टर्नपाइप मेकॅनिझम इन साल्विया. हा मेकॅनिझम आपल्याला सेपरेट शॉर्ट आन्सर क्वेश्चन मध्ये विचारला जाऊ शकतो. इट इज अबाउट द फर्स्ट biotic agents, that is the pollination takes place with the help of insect. Then second, pollination by birds, it is called as the ornithophy. Ornis means bird. It is the transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma by birds is called ornithophy. It's called ornithophy. Here the involvement of bird to transfer the pollen grains from anther to the stigma takes place. Few types of birds are specialized for the pollinations, and they usually having small size and long beaks. For example, sunbirds and hummingbirds specially they participate in the ornithophy. For example, ornithophilous plants, bombax, callistemon, that is the bottle brush, and Butea monosperma, these are the examples of ornithophilous plants which pollinate with the help of birds, for example sunbirds and hummingbirds. Then the adaptations in ornithophilous flower. Flowers are usually bright in color, large in size, and showy in nature to attract the birds. The flowers secrete profuse and dilute nectar. Pollen grains are sticky and spiny. Flowers are generally without fragrance because the birds have poor sense of smell. So these are the various adaptations in ornithophilous flowers which takes place by the use of birds. Then come towards the next part, that is the pollination by bats. It is called as the chirapterophily. Here the transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma by bats is called as the chirapterophily. These bats which facilitate this process of pollination, they can transport pollen grains over the long distances, sometimes several kilometers also. Then the adaptations in Chiropterophilus flowers. Flowers are dull colored with strong fragrance. They secrete abundant nectar. They produce large amount of edible pollen grains. An example of Chiropterophilus plants are Anthocephalus, that is the Kadamba tree, Adansonia, that is the baobab tree, Kigelia, that is the sausage tree. These are the examples of Chiropterophilus plants. So these are the various biotic agents like the insect entomophilus type of pollination or entomophily. Then birds, that is the ornithophily type of pollination, and the last one, that is the by bats, that is the chirapterophily type of pollination. So what is pollination? At last we discussed about the definition of pollination in these agents in pollination. Here it is the process of transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma. पॉलिनेशन मध्ये नेमकं काय होतं, एकतर पोलन ग्रेन जे आहेत ते अँथर पासून स्टिग्मा पर्यंत ट्रान्सफर केले जातात बाय मीन्स ऑफ various agents like the abiotic or biotic agents. And the type of pollination, it is self pollination and cross pollination. आणखी यामध्ये आपल्याला महत्त्वाचे टाइप काय घेतो आपण, सेल्फ अँड क्रॉस पॉलिनेशन. आता या ठिकाणी हे जे काही टाइप ऑफ पॉलिनेशन आपण घेतले, मग ते अबायोटिक एजंट पासून असतील, बायोटिक एजंट पासून असतील, तर यामध्ये जो काही सेल्फ पॉलिनेशनचा मेकॅनिझम आहे, हा सेल्फ पॉलिनेशनचा मेकॅनिझम काय सगळ्यात महत्त्वाचं काय करतो, इट रिझल्ट्स इनटू दी इनब्रीडिंग डिप्रेशन. म्हणजे सतत जर त्या ठिकाणी एकाच प्लांट मध्ये त्याच प्लांटवरती पोलन ग्रेन स्टिग्मा या दोघांमध्ये फ्युजन होत राहिलं तर मिळणाऱ्या ऑफस्प्रिंग्स मध्ये जेनेटिक व्हेरिएबिलिटी आपल्याला दिसून येत नाही. त्यांच्यामधून मिळणारे जे काही प्रोडक्शन आहे हे पुढे पुढे कमी होत जातं. सो इट लीड्स टू दी इनब्रीडिंग डिप्रेशन. So to avoid the self pollination and to facilitate the cross pollination, there are several outbreeding devices developed by the plants. It is also called as the contrivances. What is outbreeding devices? Outbreeding devices, it is for to avoid the self pollination and to facilitate the cross pollination. To promote the process of cross pollination and to avoid the self pollination, the outbreeding devices are developed, and also it facilitates to avoid the inbreeding depression which is by the continuous self pollination takes place. So as a result of outbreeding devices, it enhances the genetic diversity in the plants, which is significant for the process of evolution by the natural selection. So let us come to know the various outbreeding devices develops in the plant. There are total 6 outbreeding devices. Out of that, number 1, that is the unisexuality. Unisexuality means that plant it bears the single unisex or the single sex organ. Here in unisexuality, the plant bears either male or female flowers. तो प्लांट जो आहे तो एकतर मेल फ्लॉवर घेऊ शकतो, एक असू शकतो, किंवा एकतर फिमेल म्हणजे तो सिंगल सेक्स ऑर्गन बियरिंग प्लांट असणार आहे. इट इज ऑल्सो कॉल्ड एज दी डायोसिझम. हियर in case of unisexuality, the self pollination is not possible. सेल्फ पॉलिनेशन पॉसिबल नाही. कारण का, कारण त्या प्लांट मध्ये एकतर मेल असणार आहे किंवा एकतर फिमेल असणार आहे. दॅट इज इन केस ऑफ मोनोइशियस प्लांट, फॉर एक्झाम्पल मलबेरी, पपया and maize plant, which is a dioecious plant where the male and female parts they are present on the same plant. So it is about the unisexuality where the self pollination is not possible. Then let us come to know the second outbreeding device, that is the dichogamy. In case of dichogamy, the anther and stigma mature at different time in a bisexual flower. anther आणि स्टिग्मा काय होतो, मॅच्युअर होतो ऍट डिफरंट टाइम, पण वेळ कशी आहे त्याची वेगवेगळी आहे. इन बायसेक्शुअल फ्लावर टू अवॉइड or to prevent the self pollination. Again, the dichogamy, it is of two types, protandry and protogyny. आता यामध्ये andry means androecium and gyne means gynoecium. Andry it is the male androecium and gynoecium it is the female. Pro means first. In case of protandry, here the androecium matures earlier than gynoecium. Pro means first, androecium first. Androecium matures earlier than the gynoecium. For example, the sunflower plant where the two types of the florets are present, that is the disc florets and the ray florets. या डायग्राम मध्ये आपण पाहू शकतो पहा. Here there are disc florets and at the outer side there is presence of ray florets in case of protandry. In case of protogyny, here the gynoecium matures earlier than the androecium. For example, gloriosa, कळ लावी आपण बोलतो या प्लांटला मराठीमध्ये. Gynoecium matures earlier than the androecium in case of protogyny. It is about the second outbreeding device which is having two types, that is the protandry and protogyny. Then let us come to know third outbreeding device, prepotency. In prepotency, here the pollen grains of other flower germinate rapidly than the pollen grains of same flower. आता ह्या ठिकाणी प्रेपोटेन्सी मध्ये दुसऱ्या फ्लावरचे अदर फ्लावरचे पोलन ग्रेन जे आहेत ते लवकर जर्मिनेट होतात स्टिग्मॅटिक सरफेस वरती than the same flower त्या particular plant पेक्षा. For example, in case of apple, which shows the prepotency. Then come towards the fourth outbreeding device, that is the heterostyly or heteromorphy. It is found in the plant, that is the primula, that is the primrose. This heterostyly or heteromorphy, it is the mechanism of outbreeding device. It is called as the mechanical outbreeding device to avoid the process of self pollination in bisexual flower. The natural in heterostyly, particularly in primula or in primrose, here there is presence of 2 to 3 various forms of the flower and which are present at the different levels to prevent the pollen grain from reaching to the stigma. But here in heterostyly, the pollen grain from anther which pollinate the stigma, which is produced at the same level. It is called as the heterostyly. Then next, that is the hercogamy. It is the fifth outbreeding device. It is the mechanical outbreeding device which helps to prevent the self pollination in case of bisexual flower and the various natural physical barriers it present between the two sex organ, that is the androecium and gynoecium, to avoid the contact of pollen grain with the stigma of same flower. For example, in case of calotropis, we know that रुई, calotropis सगळ्यांना माहिती आहे रुई. In case of रुई, there is presence of pentangular stigma is positioned above the level of anther, that is the pollinia. And the last outbreeding device, it is the self incompatibility or self sterility. It is the genetic mechanism where the germination of pollen grains on the stigma of the same flower is inhibited. For example, in case of tobacco and thea, here the germination of pollen grains on stigma of the same flower is inhibited. It is called as the self incompatibility. So here in today's lecture we discussed about the pollination, its definition, the types of pollination, self and cross pollination, then the types of pollination on the basis of sources, that is the autogamy, that is the self pollination, which is having different structural adaptations like the like the chasmogamy, homogamy, clistogamy. Then second type, that is the geitonogamy, and third one, that is the xenogamy. Then we come across with the agents involved in the pollination, abiotic agents and biotic agents. On the basis of these agents in pollination, there are total 5 different types of the pollinations like the anemophily, hydrophily, ornithophily, entomophily, and chiropterophily. And lastly, we discussed about the various types of the outbreeding devices which play significant role to avoid the self pollination and to facilitate the cross pollination. So here we discussed all these points. So learn all these points regularly and be safe and stay at home. Thank you.